You shouldn't have your baby. You didn't have your newborn baby and you slaughtered the woman. It just not how it works. That is the flesh. Meat is just meat. Yeah, that's the whole point of the book. Today I'm gonna discuss with you that novel. So I've read it and it was a nice experience. I finished it in one day, as far as I remember. Yeah, in one day because it's so easy in language and also it's so small. So the quick summary about the book: in the future, cannibalism is going to be allowed, and because of some kind of disease that's spread among animals, people aren't gonna eat animals anymore. So instead of that, yeah, cannibalism, they are gonna eat the flesh of human beings, and human beings are gonna eat other human beings. That's right. And this the whole novel. The main character works at a slaughterhouse. In the past he used to slaughter animals, but right now he's slaughtering human beings instead of animals. He was given an FGP head. And what is an FGP head? Well, it's first generation pure head. It's like the special made, like it's the highest quality, and so on. And they don't call it like human beings, they call it head. Even that as a gift, uh as a gift for what, didn't I don't remember. But he was gifted that head anyway. And by the time he had an affair with that one, he called her Jasmine, and he think that happened with him in the past was like losing his child, and his relationship with his wife is miserable because of that, and because he works in that field, like in slaughtering people and so on. That person like was living with that head. He named her Jasmine. He did take care of her. He taught her how to say, how to eat, and so on, because she didn't know how to do all of that, because she was treated like an animal, just for, she was supposed to be slaughtered and so on. So by the time she was pregnant, and that was illegal. It's illegal from the beginning to have an affair with an FGP head. It's illegal, and the punishment for that is to be slaughtered with the head in the slaughterhouse. There's no plot twist in the novel. Like you didn't wait for the plot twist because it's so simple. It just it's just a whole novel. And if you get disgusted, or if you find these things, gross and so on, that novel's not for you. There wasn't anything that will make you really like, and you wonder what's gonna happen next. You would see it coming. You would see the events. You would see everything. If we treat animals cruel, if we kill them in the most cruel way, and if we well, if we eat animals, that's fine. There are animals, and in Islam there are animals which we are allowed to eat, that's fine. But I'm saying in the cruel way, and I'm saying that all animals, because there are animals which we are forbidden to eat, which we are forbidden to treat them like cruel. And I think our religion encourages us to be kind with animals, and that's the main point. Because if you treat animals this shit, you're gonna treat people this shit. If you have the option, if you have the opportunity to treat other human beings in the most cruel way, you will do that. If you like, if we do that with animals, if we hit them, if we treat them like, if we don't take care of them, And if you like, I see most of the time people in the streets uh treating animals like if they weren't living, like if they weren't a living being, like they had and most of the time they are children, because they don't know what is, they just, I think they think that they are playing with the animals. I don't think so, because if you are playing with someone, you wouldn't be that harsh with them. So so yeah, there are adults who are treating animals cruel as well, like they are treating them cruel, but most of the time they are children to treat humans the same way and treat people the same way and to eat them the same we eat animals. We're gonna do that, and don't tell me that is disgusting. If we look at this thing and this issue that way, you wouldn't be eating animals, you wouldn't be eating anything, you wouldn't wear leather jackets. You wouldn't do any of these things. So I mean, the fine line here is to be kind to animals, is to treat them as they deserve the good way. And I remember the time I went to Dahab, and it was my first time, and I was like, I was so surprised because everyone there treats animals in the most compassionate way, in the most amazing way, and you see dogs and cats everywhere in the streets, and they have like, they don't hurt you and you don't hurt them, and that's what I'm talking about. It's just, because if we keep treating animals um in the most cruel way, we build that thing inside of us to be able to do that to anyone. So we losing our kindness, we losing our encouragement to treat other people and to treat other animals respectfully. And if you read that book, you will understand my point. You have to respect everyone. You have to respect every kind of animal. You have to respect the dog in the street. You have to respect everyone. Yeah, there are animals who are gonna hurt you. We're gonna maybe like yeah, you're not supposed to live with them, the wild ones and so on. But other animals, you didn't have to treat them cruel, and you don't have to treat these animals also cruel. Like if you are with a lion, you like if it's in a cage, he doesn't hurt you. You don't have to hurt him. Like that's what I'm talking about. Because that novel, it's not that good. It's just a whole novel. Go in general for reading for teenagers who love watching Netflix episodes and so on and Netflix shows, but for like deep conversation, no. And I think the one thing that I will take from the book and discuss with you is treat animals in a good way. So if you treat animals in a good way, that's a proof that you will treat people in a good way. It's not the opposite. It's not the opposite. It's not when you treat people in a good way, you will treat animals in a good way. I think it's the opposite. Do you know what I mean? Like when you treat a dog in the streets in a good way, when you see a cat and you feed her, that's what proof that you're a good person and you're going to treat human beings in a good way. It's not the opposite. Because, of course, when you are dealing with people who can understand your language, who can um, manipulate you, it's not the book that I would recommend to anyone to gain anything from it or to even feel things like in a deep level. No, that's not the novel. So my advice for this episode is to treat animals in a good way, to be kind to them. Because when you treat animals, when you treat someone who you don't have to treat them in a good way. Do you know what I'm talking about? When you like deal with people on your daily basis, you have to treat them in a good way, especially if they have the upper hand and they understand you, you understand them, and so on. But when you deal with someone who doesn't understand you, you don't understand them, and you still be kind to them, you still be like, I'm not. gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna um make it, treat you like shit and so on. You prove that you are get one, and we are treating animals that way because it's what it is. You know, they are animals. Sometimes you have to um kill them so they don't bite you. Sometimes you have to put them in a cage and so on. Well, being kind and respectful to someone or to an animal is something, and try to protect yourself from them is another thing. Like, you can be respectful to someone, and at the same time you can protect yourself from it. Like, even though if it's with human beings, if your friend is toxic, do you hurt them so that you are protected? It's the same thing. You protect yourself, but you still be respectful to them. You just stand away, and you have like, but you somehow have boundaries with that person so they don't hurt you, and you don't hurt them. But that's it. You didn't be disrespectful with them, you didn't hurt them, and you didn't eat them. Yeah. And I'm not saying eating them most of the time, because, well, the main point is not just eating them, is how we treat others, is how we treat animals. Because, well, there's nothing coming like out of the blue, and it happens. Everything takes time. You don't do anything out of nowhere. It takes time to, at some point, to discover, oh, right now I'm gonna treat animals and I'm gonna treat human beings the same way, like they are as equals for me.